Good evening, everyone. So, in this video, I'm gonna show you some of the most top suburbs in Sydney where you should be buying right now. The information that I'm gonna give you is purely based on the data and stats that I have received in the last few months. I'm just gonna narrow down the whole conclusion to just two suburbs, which I think will give you enough equity gain and appreciation in the value in the coming 2 to 3 years only. Despite the fact that it's corona and the economies are down, Australian market is relatively doing much better, but still these two suburbs that I'm going to point out now should be doing much better than all other suburbs. Okay, so what suburbs are those? And basically, before we get to that conclusion or I disclose the name of those suburbs, the whole conclusion and the idea of finding the best suburb for you actually varies with person to person. I may be looking at somewhere close to the public transport, a train station, a bus stop, probably an airport, or similar situations. But for some, maybe the public transport does not matter a lot. Maybe a small family, a new family, would be looking at a suburb with good schools, good school rating. Or maybe for some, even that doesn't matter. So in order to get to a point where you can basically say, okay, my choice is ticking all the boxes, you need to find somewhere which is a perfect package. So without further wasting any more time, let's get on to it. So the number one suburb that I think in Sydney, which is gonna go boom in the next coming years, is basically Bardia, New South Wales. Let's get to okay, so as you can see, the main location of the suburb is pretty close to everything. So it's a new suburb, relatively small, not enough properties, unfortunately. The supply here is pretty low. The price is between 700k to 900k for a pretty decent house, like a 4-bed, ranging from 250 square meter to 400 and 500 square meter. So if you look at the map, you can see the entire suburb is pretty small. But if you want to look at the school, Bardia Public School is an amazing school for kids. Basically, it's a new school, recently been upgraded based on the government plans, and the average rating for this school is basically 87 and 88, which is not too bad. You can also see Edmondson Park Station, just 10 minutes walk. That's on one side. Now, on the other side, you have Macquarie Fields train station as well. So basically, the suburb is a sandwich between Edmondson Park and Macquarie Fields, and not to mention all the new developments of the airport and the entire area. So basically, what you're doing is you're buying in a suburb which is not close to the airport but still leverages all the benefits. Public transport, schools, good schools. You have swimming pool, station, you got supermarkets, everything is nearby, and it's a new suburb. So let's jump onto the website and see what's happening. I'm gonna go and check out the sold section, which is my favorite, as you already know. I'm gonna search, okay, so this property 375 square meter, 27 Bardia Avenue, Bardia, 4-bedroom house, recently sold for 990,000. That's actually more than average price, but trust me, this is not a loss. Let's look at the property history. Oh my god, look at this. The property was last sold on September 2013 for $270,000, and in just 7 years it's basically $500,000 equity. So you're gonna put $500,000 in just 7 years in your pocket. That's amazing. And probably this is not a good example. The reason is it's price wise this property is high. Now look at, that's 1.1 million now, not again. I just want to look at something which is around 720 mark. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's find out a property. Okay, not too bad. So look at this property, 90 Ingleburn Gardens Drive, Bardia, sold for 640,000 on 7th of December. What's the block size here? Let's find out. I think it is somewhere around 250 to 300, but I'm not sure. Looks like a small duplex or an independent house. Yeah, nice house, nice property. Oh my god, that's good. Let's look at the history here. Okay, so kind of a similar situation, but I'm just gonna point out one more thing. So this was last sold for almost 500,000 in 2015, and after 5 years this has gained almost $240,000. As compared to our previous property, this hasn't gained much value. Okay, why is that? The reason is, this to me seems like a budget property. Anyone with the tight budget would basically approach it. And so basically less budget means less offers. People are not gonna approach this property as much as the previous one. So it depends on situation, but I always prefer a detached house, a completely detached house, 4-bedroom, nice decent size, just like this one. Okay, let's look at this one. This was sold for 800,000 on 2nd of November. Okay, let's see what happens here. 417 square meter land, and let's check this out. Okay, so this was last sold for on June 17 for 455. Again sold for October 2020 for 766. So this has gained 300,000 in just 3 years. Okay, can you just see what I mean here? A nice detached property, probably single story, double story, it doesn't matter, but a detached house, a good size block is basically always in demand, will give you appreciation. And I think that's a really fantastic suburb to live in. If you're a small family, you're single, you want to have a new family, that should be your ideal suburb. And that's it, guys. Let me know in the comment section what do you think, and I'll disclose the next hot suburb in my next video. Thanks.